Hello, welcome back everybody. Today my video is my March 2020 scent of the month. It's not a review, I'll just tell you what my scent of the month for March is. Also I'm going to talk about the other fragrances, my most worn fragrances for March, because I did wear a few fragrances on several occasions this month, which I haven't been doing for a while, but I've kind of changed my approach to trying some new fragrances in that now when I get something new, I tend to try and wear it for a few days in a row, just to sort of, you know, familiarize myself as well as I can with it, rather than just once and then not smell it again for weeks, I guess. So I'll talk about what I wore the most this month. I was sent by a very generous, kind subscriber a couple of generous decants of Nanban from L'Artiste, which is a house I've heard of. I think they're from the States or North America, but they're a relatively new niche brand. I have tried a couple of other ones from this house before. Nanban was sent to me, recommended to me, and I also got a sample of another Artiste fragrance called L'Etrog. Now, I kind of, looking at the note pyramids of both of them, I was expecting to really like Nanban, and I do like it, except it just didn't. When I wore it, it kind of really reminded me of something else, which I haven't been able to pinpoint yet. It is definitely something else that I've worn that smells quite similar to this fragrance. It's a warm, spicy fragrance, bit of sweetness. You know, it's a very likable fragrance. It's in that kind of genre where a lot of people are into this type of fragrance, and Nanban is done really well. However, for me, it just reminded me of something else, and I'm really racking my brains to try and think of what it was that I've smelled before that smelled similar to this. I was surprised, however, by L'Etrog. L'Etrog is a freshie basically, and it's built around the note of citron, which is kind of, from memory, like it's almost like a hybrid of lemon and bergamot, and it's quite a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a very bright, almost artificial lemon note that you might smell in things that are lemon flavored or things like that. But I really enjoyed L'Etrog. I wore it on some hot days in the last month, and it's definitely one I'm going to consider in the future for the part of my wardrobe that needs a bit of good warm weather frags. Did I just say frags? Perfumes. The other most worn for March was this one here. This one is called Classical by Anata Fritz. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. I believe she is a German designer. She does a lot of kind of knitted stuff, hence this cute little cover on the bottle. This was a blind buy, and mainly because it was there was a really good sale on where this was being sold, and because I'm very heavily into the note of lavender at the moment. I saw the note pyramid on this, lavender, vetiver, which I already liked, cedar, I think there's patchouli in it. This was almost my scent of the month for March 2020. I will do a review on this eventually, but this was such a successful blind buy for me. The scent of the month, however, was something I have smelled before a long time ago, just testing in stores, and I was prompted to try it again a little while back. And I'll tell you when I tested it the last time. The opening was like took some getting used to from my point. In that I found that I wasn't sure how to feel about it. It wasn't so much animalic. It was just something that I'd never come across before in any other sense that I've worn. This is, you know, on paper a beautifully indolic resinous floral fragrance, and I'm talking about Anata from Molinard. If that ever gets into focus, let's try that way. Yes, no, you're gonna focus. There we go. Look at that bottle. There is a note in here that I smell from right in the opening, which is listed, which is called mastic resin. Excuse me, and this note isn't actually used in a lot of fragrances. You know, if you do the search on databases like Fragrantica, but it has a very to me distinctive smell that you really pick up in this fragrance, and it's kind of best way to describe it is like a gummy kind of pine and citrus combination, not just like a very bright gummy resin, which leads into this beautiful floral, very indolic floral heart, and you know, on a traditional oriental base. There's vanilla in here, but Habanita has been around for a long time. This eau de parfum version was only released not too long ago. There is an extract version, and I think the original was probably, no, I don't want to guess. But anyway, this particular version is not that old, although it is based on the original Habanita. I haven't smelled the vintage, but this is you wear this and you kind of just get lost in its cloud. It is very strong. You have to like florals. You have to like heavy florals. I get a lot of florals and resins, and a little bit of sweetness in the base, but it is kind of like unlike anything else that I've smelled. And you know, I haven't smelled a lot of vintage fragrances, but this is something else again that is like a kind of new scent to me. It's a whole new doorway that's opened up for me, and I want to explore things like this more. Yes, it has been marketed to women, but definitely can be pulled off by guys. So that is my scent of the month, Habanita. There we go. Just wanted to show off that bottle. My scent of the month for March 2020, Habanita by Molinard. It was nearly Anata Fritz classical. So let me know what you have enjoyed in the last month. I will see you again shortly with a new review of something, new videos. I hope everyone is well, staying safe and healthy, and hopefully we'll all get to leave our houses again one day. Bye bye.